Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For this video, and if you hear anything in the background, I'm sorry, I have family over. But for this video, I am going to be going over what makes someone an artist. So if you're into more of this kind of deep-rooted, in a way, kind of stuff, you can freely subscribe or like the video, whatever y'all want to do. Check out my other videos. Anyway, let's get right on to it. Okay, so what makes someone an artist? As soon as I woke up this morning, I was struck with this exact question and also a bit of a revelation, and this was actually just January 1st, 2020, which hopefully I can upload this video by then. Many tend to see artist as, by how it's defined, a person skilled at a particular task or occupation. But I'm actually going to throw that definition out the window and focus more on dedication. But before I get on to dedication, I want to address a few elephants in the room. Do you have to go to school to be an artist? No. Do you have to inherit talent? No, you can easily learn skills by way of tutorials online or even just experimenting on your own. Do you have to follow what's popular in the art world, even if that's just music or even different art projects or whatnot? No, you do not. Do you have to stick to one medium or style? No, but if you want to, you can. Do you have to be a certain age to be into art? No. Does your art have to be perfect? No. I would say to embrace your imperfections and also work on them if you prefer. So, yeah. With those basic comic beliefs out of the way, here's what really matters. What matters is your dedication. Your dedication is the quality of being committed to a task or purpose. Having the strength to work through the negativity, judgment, or even your own art/writer's block. And believe me, when it comes to artist block or just art block in general, that is very tough to deal with. But you still have to work through it just to maintain your own style, or even just work through it just to practice. And it's really just a dedication that you have to get through in order to be an artist. So yeah, like for instance, the work here I have is not perfect. It has a lot of imperfections in it because I'm mainly just trying to go at this one point where I did a random concept sketch, then try to do it digitally, and later you'll see it where I'm trying to do it in a traditional media. That took me a while just to actually figure out how to do today, and it was pretty interesting just to try to work through it. However, I'm still learning through this process of even just doing digital in general, and also trying to figure out what I can do on a tiny canvas versus a bigger canvas. The past few years for me has been a really trying time to actually decide to dedicate myself and pursue art, even with it being imperfect, and trying to figure out what I can do to get better at it. But the best thing to do is make sure that your art block, especially when it comes to criticizing yourself, doesn't stop you from even pursuing or pushing yourself to do your own work, or even writing, drawing, painting, music, whatever you want to do. It's really up to you as an individual to push through that block moment in your life. Push through that criticism you may have, just simply trying to figure out what you're trying to do with it. Because sometimes that criticism, if you let it get to you, you can't really do much to even create more stuff. Sometimes it puts you in a block mode where you just are too afraid to create. Never let yourself go to that point. Just don't give up either, because as the legend Bob Ross said, we don't make mistakes, only happy accidents. If you've ever felt like you've failed or anything like that, just remember something as that, since even though we all look at Bob Ross as a huge legend in his field, or even someone like Stan Lee, and see how he created things, and people aspire to be that, but at the same time they feel like they can never aspire to get to that level of achievement. However, I believe that we can actually get to that level of achievement, if not better. And I don't mean that in an arrogant way, obviously. Those people are amazing with what they've done in their lives before they passed. what I'm stating there is like we shouldn't use that as an example of how we shouldn't do anything. Whenever we should persist on whenever we have these block moments or even just not feeling well and all. Like, do what makes you happy. If it's simply strumming a guitar or even just simply throwing paint onto a canvas. Do what makes you feel happy is all I'm trying to get at for right there. And I hope that finds someone there. Therefore, my 2020 motto is this quote that I posted to Instagram, especially the ending, and I'll have the quote at the end of the video if you want to read all of it, but the ending goes as follows. It is the will to create that makes an artist an artist. And I hope that it gets to someone else's motto, or gets to be someone else's motto as well. And remember to actually support your local artists, writers, musicians, regardless of how small they are or even how big they are. It's great to actually see the art community, despite different backgrounds, come together and just form a good narrative of, hey, we can support you through this one moment and we can see what we can all do to improve ourselves. All I can say is, like, never let someone else's artwork intimidate you. I know I've felt that before a lot of times whenever I'm looking at another artist's work, and yes, I do admire certain artists' work and actually support them greatly, but at the same time, that can sometimes get to some people and make them feel like, oh, I'm probably not good enough. But at the same time, it makes practice just to get to that point. And I really hope that we can push forward this year as a whole community to get better, not only for our well-being, but also just to actually just experience a good time, other than how last year was kind of a bit more of a drag. Ultimately, just trying to push forward more content to be created, even if you think it looks really bad. I really think that it's good to post that kind of art. And if people try to criticize you or judge you just because, oh, it looks bad or the anatomy is not correct or anything like that, you could still work on what you can, obviously. I'm not stopping anyone from doing that. However, just make sure you can push through that negativity and push forward your own unique style. That's why for me this year, I'm actually going to try to push more to make more content for YouTube and more content for Instagram, because it's just something like, hey, I can actually probably learn from this, see what I can do, especially with different things not coming as planned. So I'm hoping, like, hey, if I can set this small goal for myself, I'm pretty sure I can help myself get through this small rut through just something as simple as doing crappy art on YouTube. So yeah, anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you prefer stuff like this, please consider subscribing or even liking the video, and I'll see y'all next time, I suppose. Anyway, here comes that quote I was talking about. So yeah, see y'all next time. And a happy new year, by the way.